Guys, took the motor out of my Subaru. It's a 2003. It's the 2.5 4-cylinder box motor style. Got it sitting here. This is not a how-to video. That's why I'm not filming it. Just kind of put out a few tips. These Subaru motors were notorious for leaking. And just kind of want to cover the cost and kind of a basic what's really kind of involved if you want to do it correctly. So those are the heads. Got those back from the machine shop. He put new seals. We opted not to rebuild any of the valves. Merely it's a very high mileage motor, and sometimes they can start smoking after that. So that there, you're looking at $270 just for an idea. I've got all the stuff to basically, if you're in it this far, you're going to want to put a new timing belt. So I got a whole entire kit. I don't know if this shows up the noise. You can kind of hear those, hopefully. None of those should make noise. So the kit comes with all new of these rollers and bearings. It comes with the new tensioner, which that's the quietest one. Probably at some point somebody did a timing belt on this motor, and they always seem to come with the tensioner. So that one's good, but they didn't bother to change anything else. We did put the new thermostat in here. You might as well do it if you're this involved. I do have a new timing belt. I'm just trying to point out some highlights. I did put in a new front main seal. How I get those out, I take a screw, very careful not to nick either side. You don't want to score the metal. And I just lightly screw it in and then pull it out. So that's how I get front main, well, any seal out. It doesn't have to just be the front. And as you can see, now my front main seal did not leak, but my back one, leaky. So I do have another one of these I'm going to pull out. This one, put a new one. And just roughly, just so you guys kind of know, this is the rebuild kit that I got for all things timing. I'll just put it that way. You got your timing belt, your water pump. We are replacing that. It seems like that one, at least the bearing of it's fine. This has all your components in it. Your pulleys, everything. New tensioner right here. So this way I just know the health of it. I failed to mention that the reason I started this is the gaskets on these head gaskets are notorious of leaking, and oil for probably 3 years now has been leaking on the manifold, and then it just sits there and burns. The motor kept running low on oil, so you can see kind of it just would get really hot and just burn the oil that's in there. Here's a pile of carbon that all came off one of the all the piston heads had just high in carbon. The sidewalls look good. You can still see all the scoring that that they do to get a really good seat on those piston rings. That's all looking good. Here's my gasket set for the heads. Of course, new oil filter. There's my rear main seal. Guy talked me into trying this. Never tried this. It's like in a squirty can, like that cheese or something, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a try. Oil pan gasket. Sometimes from factory they don't even come with the gasket. This one just had the RTV. Which is fine. I'm not saying that's incorrect. Luckily it came with these. These were so brittle and broken. New spark plugs. So here's, in my opinion, I'm not a mechanic, but in my opinion, I have never done a head, you know, do the head job, you know, the machining, new gaskets and all that, and use old bolts. These are stretch bolts. Yes, they're expensive. I can tell you, I think I spent $180 some just in bolts for the head bolts. And I can tell you that all this stuff that you're seeing here, head bolts, timing belt, all the components and for the timing belt, the whole kit, head gasket stuff, and then, you know, various things, oil. I've got transmission fluid, I've got oil, you know, just the basics that you need. You're looking at $900 before taxes, right there. I got a radiator. I am told that Subaru radiators are really only manufactured for 5 years, and you should be changing them out. I'm told every 5 years. There again, guys, I'm not a mechanic. So at the end of the day, you know, what started into just doing a head gasket, I'm putting about $1,700 into this car. Now, the reason I don't do a how-to is so many guys, and I'm just going to give you an example. There's a guy on YouTube. He's actually a certified Subaru mechanic. Certified. Does it for a living. And he reuses head bolts. I also watched in his video, he took a head off. And just as a reference, when you're loosening these, they refer to this as A, B, C, D, E, F. But in a loosening pattern, you go from here to there, to there, to there, to there, to there. And I just crank them, boom, slightly loose. Just break it loose. Boom, break it loose. In increments, and I'll go around and around and around doing increments. This certified Subaru mechanic literally comes to this bolt, backs it all the way out, boom, goes here, takes it all the way out. I'm not joking, guys. So I'm not going to sit here and say he's wrong. I'm just going to sit here. We all have opinions. I'm just going to say I would never do that. And I'm not a mechanic. I've done multiple motors. You know, each to their own. I learn something every time I do this. And I just go by the advice of others. That's why I don't do how-tos, is you just get a slew of negative comments. So one might say, well, why are you posting this video? Just kind of an update of what I am doing. Trying to get this done so I can get to this guy back here. I have started the metal work on this. That's my 69 Charger. I've taken the hood off, or the roof skin, the front hood. They come sandwiched, and I had to take it apart. I'm using the underside of the hood from one Charger and the hood from another Charger. Trunk pans out. A lot of rust on this guy. And a lot of dents. Everything's dented. Not a panel without dents. So, when I can get what I want done, I'm going to run a video series on that Charger. Therefore, there too, it's not a how-to. I don't do how-tos. You know? And I'll tell you, if I made a video on how to do a Subaru 2.5, next time I did this motor, I'd probably do things a little differently. I mean, nothing comes to mind now, but you're just always learning. But I do sometimes, the way I look at things, when somebody goes as far as to, you know, hey, I'm certified, I know, then yeah, I would expect not to see you reuse head bolts. I would expect you to loosen them in sequence and tighten them in sequence. But so I don't know. you know, other than my little tidbit on how I take out seals, you know, put the little screw in there and pull it out, I have no teaching here, guys. And just trying to, this is just a daily driver, my wife's daily driver, and I'm just trying to get it done. And yeah, I did put everything to top dead center. I mark things. You can see the pin line, just so I can line everything up. Pin line. Just because a lot of this stuff, you know, may or may not matter. Everything's balanced. So I put it, I even numbered the bolts so I can put them back in order. So that's what I'm working on. Subaru motor. Thanks, guys.